important key feature, which is the advanced analytics. All right. Now, this is for the owners, this is for the fitness center owners who want to move beyond guessing, who want to make strategies for their business so that they can make it work, all right? Who want to make like data driven decisions that actually work in the real world. So, our advanced analytics, it uses data to predict trends so that you can make decisions according to that. Now, we move on to the overview tab of the advanced analytics. All right. So whenever you open advanced analytics, the overview tab gives you basically four critical metrics, four critical parameters. The first thing it shows you are the active members. Active members are the members who have paid their fees and are basically on the platform. Second is basically average revenue per user, the average revenue that you generate per user, basically compared to your city's average. And exactly, it shows you exactly how many more members do you need to hit your break even point. Now, what is the break even point? It's basically the point after which you become profitable as a business. It also shows you your growth rate, all right? Like this. This is the advanced analytics option in the panel, and this is the overview tab. You see the active members, average revenue per user, break even needed, growth rate, and everything here, right? Now let's move on to forecasting and seasonality. All right. So basically, this is what is basically forecasting and seasonality. So plan for the future with our registration trend forecast. You predict your growth over the next 12 months. We identify your peak and low registration months, so you can plan the marketing campaigns whenever you need them the most. All right. So it basically does that for you. So green is for the peak months, yellow is for the low months, and blue is for the average months. This basically helps you in the planning, all right? Getting to know the trends better. So this is the registration trend forecast. This is how you will view it, and the seasonal patterns. It will also show the influencing factors. What are the factors that are influencing these trends, all right? Then we move on to the financial tab of the advanced analytics. Now, this is basically to know your numbers. You see your fixed versus your variable costs, and you get an estimated timeline to profitability. For example, basically meaning how much time will it take to basically for you to grow into a profitable business. All right, it estimates that time for you. You get, break-even analysis here shows the current members versus the break-even target. How many members do you have currently, and how many members do you need to basically basically to get close to, or basically to get to break even target, which is basically to become profitable. All right. How many days will you need to break even? How many days will you require to reach the target, to reach profitability? And what is your current status? What is your current status? All right. And you'll also get financial metrics like your fixed cost, your variable cost, your average revenue per user. This gives you a complete financial pictures without using any slides or any spreadsheet, everything on the go. Now let's move on to the pricing analysis. All right, this is in the financial tab only. Pricing analysis basically compares your rates against the market average in your city. It will take the average, market average of all the gyms and fitness centers in your city, calculate their average, and then compare your parameters with the city average. All right, giving you clear recommendations on when to increase or adjust your rates. It will basically compare your price versus the market average. It will create that sense of healthy competition so that you can make strategies to grow knowing the market. All right. It will also basically recommend different things to you based on the comparisons. This is how you're going to view this. This is the break-even analysis. This is the pricing analysis. These are the financial metrics like fixed cost, variable cost, average revenue per user, etc., etc. All right. And then we'll move on to the seasonal tab. All right. So there is a separate tab for basically identifying your seasonal patterns that we already talked about. It will tell you your peak registration months, low registration months, and the seasonal impact analysis, how different seasons basically impact your registrations. All right. So this is how you're going to view this. This is the seasonal analysis. The peak registration months, for example, are these. The low registration months are these. All right. So this is about the seasonal tab. Then we move on to the City benchmarking. Now, what's that? You basically see how you stack up. You compare your growth, your revenue against other gyms in your city to see if you're in the top 10%, top 25%, are you average, are you below average, are you in the bottom 25%. It's basically, it's basically for you to adjust your strategy and stay in the game, to stay competitive. All right, so it basically tells you everything about that. It compares the new member registrations, average revenue per user, break even members, everything. All right. Now, the seasonal alignment is basically if this system checks if your peak months or your low months align with the city's peak months. For example, city's peak month is January, but yours is March. So the system will basically flag this. System will basically tell you that this is a misaligned trend, or a partially aligned trend. All right. So then it also gives you some recommendations to match this or different things. So this is basically the performance summary. This is the seasonal alignment. For example, here it shows aligned. If it wasn't aligned, if the peak months of your fitness center weren't aligned with the peak months of cities average, then basically it would show partially aligned, or it would show misaligned. All right? Then we move on to the members panel. All right,